What's going on, YouTube? I'm 2 days late to this fucking madness because I have been out. But it is time. It is finally time. 6 years later, we have the top two welterweights. Manny Pacquiao, still up there, and Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, I'm going to break this shit down to who I think is going to win, what I think is going to happen. And I'm so glad that Mayweather actually chose to fight Pacquiao because I have been saying for years, I really honestly think Mayweather could school Pacquiao with just ring generalship if they actually fought. But I think he's scared to fight him. I'm so glad that Mayweather has proven me wrong. He's not scared to fight him. They're finally fighting. I don't know if he was scared 6 years ago up to this point or what changed his heart to actually fight him. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the breakdown of what I see should happen. We're going to look at Pacquiao first. Pacquiao has two losses that everybody wants to be like, oh, he got knocked the fuck out. Bradley beat him on points. Well, you need to get both those losses out your mind because, truth be told, he dominated Bradley. And if you don't say he dominated Bradley, then you're delusional, you're a fanboy, and you're very biased, and you don't need to have any say in anything because your word just can't be trusted. So he dominated Bradley the first time, lost the decision. He fought him again and dominated him just as bad. I mean, he dominated him just as bad and got the win the second time. Now, you have Marquez, who everybody wants to be like, oh, he put Pacquiao to sleep. He put him to sleep. This is very true. He did put him to sleep, but this is what I want you to look at. First off, Marquez, you're a fucking cheater. How are you 40 something years old and you look like you just hit puberty? You have fucking pimples coming up on your back, which you ain't never had before. You're built like you ain't never been built for. Looking like you was born in a fucking gym and never left. You go out and you hire a known PED strength and conditioning coach to train you. You're a fucking cheater. On top of that, I honestly believe Marquez should have won 2 out of the 3 fights that Manny Pacquiao had with him, with one maybe being a draw. So we could call those 3 fights even if you want to give Marquez a draw, even though I believe he won 2 out of the 3 on points. But if you look at those 3 fights previous to the fourth one where Pacquiao got knocked out, not one fucking time in 36 rounds did you ever see Marquez hurt Pacquiao. Not one time. Then you go to the fourth fight, and every fucking punch he hits Pacquiao with, he's hurting him. He is really hurting him. But the thing is, too, before Pacquiao got knocked out, I know he got knocked down, but he was schooling him. Like, he had Marquez all fucked up. And truth be told, if he wouldn't have got caught by that punch, he probably would have knocked Marquez out in that fight. But it's irrelevant. The fact is, if they would have done steroid testing or just PED testing in general to Marquez, he would have got busted. He would have had the decision reversed, and Pacquiao would have won due to illegal substances being in Marquez's blood. So I don't really count that as a loss. So moving on to Mayweather. Let's look at Mayweather real fast. Mayweather just had a really easy win against Maidana, but the first time they fought, he got fucked up for the first, I'll say 5 rounds. He fell off after the 5th round, but for the first 5 rounds, he was having his way with Mayweather. I don't care if you're a Mayweather fan, if you're not a Mayweather fan, you have to admit the truth that Maidana was working Mayweather for the first 5 rounds. I don't even see how you could give the first 5 rounds to Mayweather. And the reason why is Maidana bullied Mayweather and put him on the ropes, somewhere where we never see Mayweather stay. He put him on the ropes. Mayweather couldn't get away, and he was tagging him left and right. Now, the good thing about this is it proves that Mayweather really does have a chin. A lot of people like to say he doesn't have a chin because he got caught by the Zab Judah. And truth be told, he did go down because his glove did touch the mat, but the ref didn't see it. But he got right back up. He got right back up, and he was back in it just that fast. Sugar Shane Mosley caught him, had him holding on like a child on his mother, scared that it was going to die. But he got his composure after that second round against Mosley in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Dominated him. Never got caught again. Now, going back to the Maidana situation. If, and I honestly believe this, if Maidana puts Mayweather on, if Pacquiao puts Mayweather on the ropes like Maidana did, he's going to get knocked out within the first 5 rounds. Now, a lot of people could come up with the debate that Pacquiao hasn't knocked nobody out in a long time. You know, the Algieri knockdowns don't really count because he was kind of green to the game, even though we had a belt and da 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 da. This might be true, but I'm telling you, I don't care who the fighter is. If Manny Pacquiao can lay on you and hit you nonstop, he is going to knock anyone out. He'll knock anyone out. With the Rios fight, if you watch Pacquiao versus Rios, he could have knocked him out. I don't care what anybody says. And this is that killer instinct that a lot of people claim that Manny just doesn't have anymore. Because if you watch like the 10th round through the 12th round, Pacquiao was beating him so bad he starts backing off. He doesn't keep unloading on him like he was. He backed off. He could have taken him out, but he didn't, which can be a very bad thing for a fighter. If you lose that will to kill, you're at a disadvantage. If you don't truly go in there with the intentions, and yes, it's a sport, but in your mind, you have got to go in there with mean intentions. If you go in there as a sportsmanship, this is a friendly thing, you're at a huge disadvantage because you're not really trying to hurt the other person while they're trying to take you out. Now, outside of the ring, it stops. But inside that ring, you are a gladiator. You are a warrior. It goes down. And if Pacquiao grows a heart against Mayweather at any point in time in a fight, he will probably lose due to scoring. If he can lay him on the rope like Maidana did in the first time, then he'll probably knock Mayweather out. Now, what I see Pacquiao has to do is put pressure on Mayweather nonstop. Mayweather has slowed down a little bit, and this was evident whenever he fought Maidana the second time. He got caught by a punch that he should have never got hit by that actually ended up knocking his tooth out. Like, he should have never got hit by that. He should have done his little roll that he always does, hide him behind the Philly shell. But he didn't even see it coming and he got caught. And that's a bad thing for a defensive fighter. Whenever you start slowing down to where punches that never hit you before start to hit you, it shows that age, it shows that wear. Now, what I see Mayweather has to do is just run from Pacquiao. Make it a boring fucking fight. It does not matter. You know what? A win is a win. You ain't got to go in there stupid. This is the game of fighting. It's like if I see you in the streets and I know you're too slow to hit me, why am I going to stand in front of you and let you hit me whenever I can just move around you, work you until I knock you the fuck out or hurt you so bad that you ain't going to fight no more. Like, and this is Pacquiao's biggest weakness. And Freddie Roach, you better fucking teach Pacquiao how to do this. If Mayweather runs from Pacquiao, Pacquiao has a real bad problem in cutting off the ropes. This was evident with Bradley. And Bradley, to me, is a lot like Mayweather in the sense of his speed and body agility with movement. He can get around that ring really fast. And whenever Bradley started running from Pacquiao, Pacquiao couldn't land nothing. He couldn't hit him with a fucking semi-truck. He can't. Even against Algieri. Algieri being nowhere near as skilled as any guy that Mayweather has fought recently. And when Algieri got knocked down the 6th time, I believe it was, he just ran from him. And Pacquiao was having problems. He couldn't finish the fight because he couldn't catch him. He doesn't know how to cut the ring off. He doesn't know how to use angles. He doesn't know how to push them to the rope. Start moving like this. Because eventually you're going to work them either into a corner or you're going to box them into the rings, into the ropes, I mean. And Freddie Roach really needs to get him a sparring partner that is fast as fuck. Fuck it, I would pay Timothy Bradley, to be honest with you, or get like a Devin Alexander. Somebody that is fast as fuck on their feet and teach him how to work angles to slowly box them down. Because if Mayweather does this right and does this smart, all he's got to do is run and jab, run and jab, run and jab, run and jab, run and jab. That's it. And that's the two things that I see. My thing is if Pacquiao can cut off the ring, put Mayweather on the ropes, and keep him there, and this is a big and, a big if he can keep him there, he will knock him out as long as he can do what Maidana did in that first fight. Now, I went and looked to that first fight if I was Freddie Roach or Pacquiao as an example of how to fight Mayweather. Because in that second fight against Maidana, Mayweather proved that if he don't want to be on the fucking ropes, you ain't gonna put him on the fucking ropes. Because he just kept them off of him and Maidana couldn't do nothing. Now, a lot of people like to say Mayweather doesn't have punching power, but that's incorrect because Mayweather can talk all that stuff you want to like. I look good. I look good. Nah, dog. Mayweather was catching with punches and your ass was backstepping. Like you didn't backstep one time in that first fight, but in that second fight he was popping you and you was backstepping. So I know he was hurting you. Full of shit. And like I said, if Mayweather can circle and stay away from Pacquiao, then he's gonna get him. Because you gotta understand, Mayweather's not gonna get tired. Pacquiao's not gonna get tired either. But Pacquiao, in my opinion, is more likely to get tired than Mayweather is, only because Pacquiao is a busy fighter. All right, he'll throw a lot of punches, a lot of weird angles, and a lot of combos. But where Pacquiao starts to dwindle in fights is whenever he has to run after people. He doesn't have really good stamina in his legs like he does his upper body. And if Mayweather can keep this into a cat and mouse game and just pick at him, I guarantee you he's going to get Pacquiao tired. Now, how much damage can Mayweather take is yet to be seen because outside of Maidana, nobody's really caused him any damage. I mean, I don't know. I still believe, honestly, truth be told, I believe that Mayweather will just do what Mayweather is known for, shell up, run from him, especially knowing Pacquiao can't cut off the ring. And he's just going to beat him on points. It's not going to be a knockout. It's not going to be a brawl. It's going to look like a fucking Saturday sparring special. Like, I'm telling you, if Mayweather fights him smart, he can make it look like a sparring session. I honestly believe. Now, the one thing that scares me with that prediction of mine is I honestly believe that Mayweather has some type of fear of Pacquiao. And the problem is when you are scared of people, sometimes it causes you not to fire or you'll be slower on the trigger than you normally would against anybody else. And that right there the psychological part of this fight could be a real big factor to the outcome too. Because if Pacquiao hits him one good time and hurts him, he could lose. Like to me, this fight could go either way because I honestly believe that Mayweather has got a fear of some sort against Pacquiao, even though I believe he could school him. The problem is, it doesn't matter if everybody in the world knows you can win a fight or if you think you can win a fight. I mean, if everybody thinks you can win a fight, if you don't think you can beat the person, it's very hard to beat that person because you're not going to fight the same. Your confidence isn't going to be the same. Your aggression is not going to be the same. Your punching power is going to be held back a lot because you're going to be too scared to get countered or touched. So a lot of the things that you normally do, you're going to be afraid to do because you have some type of fear of that person. Like boxing is not a game of fear. You don't want to be scared in that ring. You could be like scared, to have a natural fear. Like, okay, I know he can hit hard, so I got to stay away from this. But if you're actually scared to get hit by the person, it's going to be a long night for you or a real quick night because you're not going to fight the same. So the goal to Pacquiao to beat Mayweather is Pacquiao, you have got to get him on the ropes. You have got to keep him on the ropes. You cannot let Mayweather control the center of the ring. If he just keeps you there and dances around you, you've lost. There's no way Pacquiao can outpoint Mayweather. There's no way he's going to have more precision punches than Mayweather. He's not going to out jab him. He's not going to out body punch him. So the only way I see Pacquiao winning is you've got to learn how to work your angles, cut the ring off. You cannot try to brawl with Mayweather in the center of the ring because if you do, He's going to get out of the way and counterpunch you all day. The only time that Pacquiao is going to have an advantage is if he can get Mayweather against them ropes or in a corner. And when he does, he has got to keep them there and unload on him. And that's just my 2 cents. So, I have this. I will give Pacquiao 3 to 4 rounds, and the rest are going to go to Mayweather. I see Mayweather winning by points. I see it being a very dry, boring fight if Mayweather fights it the right way. If Mayweather goes in there with a point to prove and tries to brawl with Pacquiao, I don't think that'll last long. And if he ends up getting hurt trying to do that, then it could very easily go the other way. So I'm up in the air. This is a 55% chance that I think what'll happen will happen, and a 45% chance that Pacquiao will either catch him with a blow that'll put him down, or he'll get him against the ropes like he needs to do. This all comes down to training. Mayweather's training is just do what you've always done. Stay the fuck away. Don't go in, don't fight, make the shit real boring, put everybody to sleep, and just school him. Fucking school him. You ain't got nothing to prove, nobody to impress. You already claim to be the best, and if you beat him, you just concrete that. You are the best because you beat the best guy out there in your era. Whether it's boring or exciting, you won. Pacquiao, you got to get the motherfucker on the ropes. I can't keep saying this time and time again because it's the only thing that's got to happen. That's the only way you're going to win. You're not going to beat Mayweather in the center of the ring. So that's my 2 cents. I can't wait till May 2nd. I'll come on here and be like, damn, I was wrong, or damn, I was right. Either way it goes. But once again, I've got Mayweather probably winning 8 to 9 rounds by points. And let's see what happens.